Today I've been sponsored by Sega and Creative Assembly to beat Total Warhammer 3 with a single camp. I'm going to be playing as the OGRE faction, a bellicose, warlike gang of morbidly obese, gun-owning diabetics who specialize not only in being overweight, but also charge tactics, mercenary guerrilla warfare, and carrying literal cannons in their hands to the battlefield, using lit fuses as tooth floss. No, really, some of the units in this faction are pretty busted, and I think it should be easy to beat the game with only a single camp. That's the strategy for this insane challenge I'm going to employ. If this sounds like something you want to try for yourself, well, now you can, with the new Omens of Destruction DLC, featuring new faction leaders for orcs, Khorne, and of course, the aforementioned Ogre clan. It's all Ogre now. So if you love Warhammer as much as I do and want to try it out for yourself, you can click my link in the description to check out the new DLC. Also, I love Warhammer. This video is dedicated to my great gray pile of shamefully unpainted miniatures. Okay, let's get started. Here we are on the main menu for Total Warhammer 3. We're gonna get started with a new campaign. In order to play our faction, we're going to choose the Immortal Empires campaign. So the Ogre Kingdoms faction has a very special bonus. With no penalties for trespassing, deploy camps to create a forward base, constructing buildings and recruiting units from them. Camps will provide meat along with fighting battles, which each Ogre army is sustained by. That is to say, we are a faction of homeless, overweight, diabetic gun owners. Fantastic place to begin. Now, the Ogre Kingdoms have several attractive, thin individuals to choose from as faction overlord. The one we will be playing as is, no joke, named Galgfog Maneater. Okay, so Galgfog has several bonuses. Access to mercenary contracts, allowing the Maneater's faction to be hired as mercenaries by other factions. Instantly travel to the client's settlement once per mercenary contract. So basically, we are teleporting morbidly obese mercenaries. A very scary proposition indeed. We can't make alliances with other factions, but we do have an attack bonus when fighting against contract enemies. We also get more battle loot, and we have to pay less in upkeep, along with the Deadeye ability. Along with that, our faction is running Lead Belchers, which are also morbidly obese, 17-foot tall men who are carrying cannons in their hand. We can also command a giant unit, which is a gentleman who's about 40 feet tall and needs a heart transplant. And just for absolutely no reason at all, we have saber tusk packs and giant vultures. There's even an ogre riding an ogre-sized saber-toothed lion. So let's get started. Begin. We have spawned in as the faction who is no shit named the Man-Eaters. Here is our Lord Galgfog Maneater, literally using human meat as his fuel in order to obtain combat bonuses. Very frightening stuff. So we're starting off here with Norden Camp, and this is our main base of operations. It is in fact our only base of operations. So we're going to stay with just one camp for this entire run, and it's a very big world to go out and conquer. So how are we going to do that? Well, as the Ogre faction, our primary objective is basically just to complete mercenary contracts. So in order to do that, we need to accept a contract, of course. Which contract to accept? We have Ostland and Nordland as our first two contracts, two opposing factions, and each one wants us to kill the other within 6 turns. I think we will take the Ostland contract. It's going to pay slightly more meat, as well as a lot more gold, so fantastic, let's take that one. Alright, so we've accepted a contract. We temporarily are enemies with Nordland. Alright, so let's go to war. So our first battle is against Nathan von Gruge. The auto-resolve is predicting a Pyrrhic victory, but let's go fight manually just so we can see our faction in battle. Welcome to Total Warhammer. Okay, this is what it's all about. Let's start deploying our faction. So we're on a pretty large battlefield right here, very open. And the enemy has cavalry on what appears to be their flanks, as well as some crossbowmen behind lines. And there is Nathan von Gruge, the enemy's faction leader. This just gives you a sense of scale, how very large our faction lord is. He is rotund. So we have these Noblars. These are highly expendable goblin troops, as well as pigback riders, which are goblins who are, if you can even believe it, they're riding other goblins. I know, insane. Alongside that, we have ogre bulls. These are our basic charging giant infantry. They're quite large. On top of that, we have some of our elite units, Gogfog's Man-Eaters. These are vanguards. They can be deployed anywhere on the battlefield. We have a scrap launcher catapult, which is pretty ridiculous and has great range. And perhaps my personal favorite, the lead belchers, which are monstrous cannon infantry. And I think that's pretty good. Let's get started. Okay, so we have deployed our troops. Let's just see them charging in. So our ogres are very fast boys. But on top of that, I've sent our cannons out for an early volley, so let's see how they do. Oh, there's our scrap launcher. Oh, wow, that already took out a lot of them. Here go our lead belcher cannons, so they're already shooting over the heads of our other infantry. Look, there it goes. Oh my goodness, wow. We've already taken out over half of this, so oh my goodness, that looks terrible. And here we go, so we are a charge faction. We want to win in the very first fight, otherwise we will get horribly flanked and die. But it looks like we've already routed this one unit and got to their archers, so we've pretty much won this battle already. Playing decisively better than the AI, might I add. But here we go, their cavalry is charging behind us. Let's just chase them down with our Noblars, and pretty good. All right, I would say this was successful so far. A pretty easy battle. There we go, just, oh my gosh. How can you even answer that? Just men with cannons in hand. And here goes our leader. Let's just go ahead and use his pistol ability. There we go. We will just use that to assassinate the enemy leader, Nathan von Grudge. And there, ooh, look at what just happened to his health bar. Oh, now he's getting swallowed up by Noblars. What a bad way to go. And it looks like we got Nathan von Grudge. Goodbye, Nathan. All right, and that's about it for Nathan von Grudge. I think we got him. Massive victory. So no real casualties, and we did gain some meat. Along with that, we're getting some extra experience as well as armor, Mastodon armor. We get gear from all the battles and a bit of a rank gained right there. So for now, we are going to accept the meat as payment. All right, Gogfog has earned the big name Man-Eater. These will improve other parts of our gameplay, like our movement range, etc., etc. Okay, and with all that, we'll rest for a turn whilst we build up our camp. Okay, we just let the AI take its 287 turns. It's time to move in on Norden. So let's go attack that. Okay, we're just going to deploy our whole faction on this mountaintop this time. And we're just going to position all of our artillery on higher ground. And it looks like we outrange them here, so I think we win by default. Yeah, they have just no answer to our scrap launcher. That's pretty impressive. Nope, no amount of repositioning will save your lives. Do better. Okay, they are beginning to charge in now, but only after, oh my goodness, look at what our cannons are doing to them. Right, now only after numerous volleys have you decided to come over. Well, let's charge at you from higher ground now. And awesome, now we have high ground, so let's just charge into them and... Oh, unfortunately we are in range of them now. Well, whatever, we already took out so many of their troops. Oh my goodness, look at that. What are we doing? We've just walked through their entire front line. Just keep going. Don't even stop, ogres. We've already routed them. It's all ogre now. Oh, I really wanted to say that. Now, our ogres are very good at rushing the enemy. Unfortunately, once they get into combat, they do get slowed down slightly, but, well, not really that bad against these guys. As you can see, they're pretty much just mowing through them like grass. Here we go. Another charge. Now we've made it to their archers. Wow. It's just, it feels so good to win as the ogres. Oh, look at that. Wow. Our Noblars are quite terrible in combat, so they are basically just there to stall until the ogres arrive. Okay, and another victory. Oh, I love this. Yes, chase them down. We will occupy this settlement to bring it under our control now. So as the ogres, we have only one camp, although we can take over settlements. Settlements are simply not as good as our camps, though. They just can't build as many buildings. Our camp is clearly much better. It's got so many more building slots. We can't really build those in the settlement, but whatever. That's our way of taking over the world still. Okay, so I think we will heal up here, maybe reinforce our troops, and then we will walk out from there. Okay, so a couple more turns have passed. I've upgraded our battle host. I have leveled up Galgvog, and we are ready to turn in our first contract. So 392 out of 250 client satisfaction. I'd say that's a pretty satisfied client, so let's just finish that up. And now we are able to make peace with the mere click of a button. So now we essentially have expanded our faction whilst staying at only one camp and taking over the world while being at peace with everyone. This is the essence of the Ogre mercenary faction, so now you have seen where its advantages lie. There is quite a lot to do, so we have to do 15 of those mercenary contracts, and they keep getting bigger. So we just have to rinse and repeat as we continue to take over the world. We have expanded our land already from... we were just living in a camp. We were essentially living in a trailer park, and now we have expanded to Nordland. So let's continue getting contracts and fighting people. That's going to be the backbone of our military, as well as Oko Ironbelly, aka Shrek 2. Also an ogre, has leveled up nicely. He has some nice troop replenishment abilities, so he's buffing our regen right here. As well as our faction leader has enabled Bull Charge, so he is upping our melee attack and charge bonuses, so we finish off the enemy even faster. Okay, another turn has gone by. I've pretty much just decided to take out the Nordland faction entirely, as well as we've got another tyrant over here. This is...
Ogre Tyrant!
Frigg. Also, our lord has 723 meat now, so we can make an offering to the Great Maw. Let's improve his melee attack. We will just make that offer. So onward. All right, we've got a bounty from scaling on Lauren Forest, which, well, it was right nearby, so it was pretty convenient to attack. So they are in the forest, but we are a charge faction, so no need to worry. We will just use the trees. And unfortunately, this is really not a great faction for us because our great girth means we make very good targets for the enemy missiles, but oh well, we're just much bigger than them anyway. Here they go already running away. Look, go my ogres, just literally running over them and stepping on them. All right, well, we got a victory, not a very good one because everyone is very badly wounded and injured, but we did get the forest. And now that settlement is ours. So we have grown our kingdom quite a lot, despite the fact that we still have yet only one camp. But that's fine because we are gradually sending out more tyrants and accepting more contracts. And, well, we still have a lot of money to invest. So anyway, we've been using this as an excuse to just conquer all of the lands south of here. We've just taken Middenheim, as well as Wisemond. And now we have a conga line of 3 tyrants in a row with growing armies, and they are resupplying from all the cities we are conquering, so that is pretty good. Okay, we have received a quest, Bugman's XXXXXX. Ooh, this is a huge reward. Really great item here on the line. A large tankard. This will raise our vigor, regen, and leadership. This is a really useful item. Okay, it's time to teleport. We actually get a real cutscene here. So ogres and orcs are allied this time. And as we do have an ally this fight, we can pretty much just hang back and let them fight. Although we will contribute some artillery, we are at a pretty horrible position as they are standing literally on top of a mountain right now. But, you know, we're just going to be the flanking forces here. And there we go. Their entire back line is just going to get horribly rammed. Wow, just no defenses whatsoever. All right, and I think this is pretty much over. And, okay, now we have teleported back with Bugman's XXXXXX. Now, you may be asking yourself, how good are the ogres as a faction? Well, I have assembled a force of full artillery here with them. And it looks like the enemy is not coming near us, and you know why. We're going to just close in on them, and this is going to be a sight to behold. Okay, everyone is moving to... Oh my goodness, can you see them moving away? Behold, this is going to be amazing. Really amazing stuff right here. Here we go. Oh my gosh, wow. Will they even reach our line? Holy cow, look at that. Wow. Just... They'll probably get in, I would say, 3 volleys. I think that was their commander. Yeah, there he goes. Just right down. Oh my gosh, look at them evaporating his health bar. Well, aside from all the casualties we have already done, we've just about routed all of their melee troops right here. What does it look like from their side? Oh my gosh. I haven't even issued a single order this fight, and, you know, I guess the high ground only made it worse. Although they are making some advances over here. Not very much in the way of advances, but it looks like they might issue a charge, because I don't think they're going to win the ranged fight. Wow. Okay, they are actually coming up on the left flank, but they've already lost far too many forces. They have to retreat. This is the beauty of the Ogre artillery. And this isn't even our real artillery, this is just our normal ranged units. Look at them go. See, we don't even need foot troops, all we need are our lead belchers. Wow, great job. Just look at that, man. Victory. Didn't even lose a single man. Enemy losses, 2,971. Right, so we are sustaining just an army that is much too large for only one camp. We'll make peace again with everyone. Look, there is our one camp right there. Just this one guy. This is Glog Thick Skull. He's just been sitting at home for the entire time. While we have been conquering the world, we now have all these northern areas. Well, the rest of our area is pretty defensible. We have this nice coastline along here. Very defensible. Gradually, we're just kind of eroding away all of the other factions. Currently, we're strength rank 3 out of, well, there were almost 300 factions to begin, so that's pretty good. So we're just going to go to war with Nuln right now for them. We have all of our armies lined up down here, right outside of Nuln. Conveniently, we were doing a crossing, and well, I think that we deserve Nuln. Well, the Nuln campaign has gone maybe a little bit too well. We've taken them down all the way down to the southern coast over here. I've actually overextended. I can't possibly hold on to quite this much land. We may need to conquer out to the coasts. But we are about to take on the last of the Nuln settlements. Unfortunately, some of the vampire counts seem to have declared war on us, and this is problematic. The dwarves are also very strong, so we're just going to give up some of the conquered settlements to them because ain't nobody got time for that. But the good news is that most of the other factions keep offering us money for not starting a fight with them because we're at war with quite a lot of people right now. But that's okay, because we can always just end our contracts and be at peace with everyone. So let's all line up outside the city. We'll just combine the forces of all of our armies right here. Now, for this assault, we have almost a full company of lead belchers, which is quite strong. I mean, we are pretty much on high ground. Yeah, let's just start the battle. I'm going to hold back with our main infantry just because I would like you to see how much artillery we have now. Okay, there's our Mornfang cavalry. Enough of that. Just go through them and just disappear. No more fighting. Just let our cannons take them out. Okay, you guys can charge at them because that looks pretty cool. Oh my goodness. Jesus Christ. Okay, and they're just getting ripped apart by cannons. Why even bother with this fight? Oh, this is what ogres are great at. Just shooting people with cannons like they're handguns, and then charging at them across the battlefield. Okay, they do have a little bit of ranged stuff. That may be slightly problematic, but not really. For the most part, this is just no contest. Oh my gosh, this looks truly awful. What have we done? No, charge into the other side of the line. They can't even stop bunching up like that. Just to give a sense of what they're good at. Okay, everyone else has been horribly canonized. Look, they didn't even get near us. We didn't even have to charge them. There they are, all just dead. In every sense of the word, it's all ogre now. Okay, now I'll stop making Shrek jokes. Just kidding, I'm only getting started. Now that you have witnessed the awesome power of the ogre artillery, we have taken over the entire southern Nuln coast. This is all the land in brown here. This is the dwarves of Karazakarak. They are very problematic, and we'll handle them later, but for right now, we are back up north to take out the rest of the Chaos lands. The weird part is that this Chaos demon, where is he? He's scared of me now because I got more powerful than him, so... The Ecstatic Legions, led by Azazel, keeps offering me money, which is kind of funny and sad to think that, like, a hellish demonic being is afraid of me and keeps offering me like paltry sums of money to not attack his towns, so I just found that mildly entertaining and I thought I'd share it. And amazing, we have managed to chase Azazel back. Look, there he goes, he's running away. It is I, Death Cheater Girth. Literally, this man's name is Girth. We will begin the battle again. Let's all shoot Azazel out of the sky before he does anything sneaky. And okay, shoot that Manticore. I'm pretty sure he's dead. Okay, now the other one, please. Before he hits our people. Good, well done, he's dead. Alright, there goes Azazel. No, Azazel, don't do it. Don't charge into us. That's a very bad idea. Just shot down like a bird out of the sky. That's so sad. Okay, there come our reinforcements, and I think this battle is just about over. We outnumber them by way too much. Where is Azazel? There is Azazel. Oh, he's being shot by tens of cannons. Somebody bring in the ASPCA to save this man. Now he's just a dying bird. Amazing, we have slain the level 47 Chaos Lord. So that's it for the Ecstatic Legions. That was their leader. We'll just replenish our troops since they're taking a lot of attrition damage, and we can probably just go in on their capital now too. So that brings us just about done with our contract with Carcassonne. So that's 8 out of 15. This will be the 9th contract that we are done with. We've already completed all of our other victory objectives just through the conquering of so many settlements. So let's take a look at our faction leader again. Here's Gogfog Maneater, and he has now over 20,000 food. We can just do all of the great Maw offerings at once. So he's got the Bugman's XXX, but more impressively, he has fully leveled up, and now he has unlocked the ability of Snacks, which is amazing. He heals 0.1% of his HP per second. Pretty much just a human tank. He also has achieved 2 big names now, as well as Maneater. He now also has Barrel Crusher. Okay, just to give a sense, we've unlocked some really large units. These are Thunder Tusks missile monsters, which, of all the ranged units we have, these are quite mobile and also very strong, much like the rest of our ranged units, like our lead belchers from before. Now, let's just demonstrate what these guys can do. Okay, maybe we don't get the same, like, surface area as our lead belcher cannons, but hey, we're riding on these gigantic tusked monsters, so that's pretty cool, I suppose. Ooh, look what else we get. Just giant frozen electric comets of death. Okay, yeah, that's pretty helpful, I guess. And it's 2 ogres riding on a thunder tusk. My goodness. Oh, we were aiming at the wrong people, though. We have to hit the ones right in front of us. Come on, let's go. Unfortunately, some of them may actually get to hit us, but, well, not for long. Look at that. Oh my gosh. They're just evaporating their health bar. Look at them go. Just run in terror. Oh god, if the spear wasn't enough, they just shoot the ice comet at them. Here we go with one more volley. Oh my goodness. Wow. Look at that. Why did you even come to this battle? Well, I'd say we won that one as well. We didn't even take any damage. Maybe that guy took 1 hit point of damage if, Nope, we took basically 0 damage for that fight. That was pretty cool. But now our next contract lay down south here at Kemri. So we're going to fight alongside the Tomb Kings, the Skelly Boys, or Necrons if you want to be extra cultured. And we are fighting against the dwarves of Karaz-a-Karak. And we're going to take over all of the Badlands and the swamps because these are horribly defended lands, take over their economy, and then move in on them. So we will accept the contract, and one amazing thing we can do. Currently, I am located up here, and since it would take forever to get down there, let's just teleport to Kemri. Here, so we will teleport over here in Kemri, and behold, I have broken the sound barrier, but only through the use of my voluptuous rolls of fat streaming down my torso. We've sent, well, far too many armies here to the north. We've also had aid from the Tomb Kings over here, so giant mummy boys riding chariots. Let's go in for Karaz-a-Karak. All right, we're getting predictions of decisive victory. We're going up against Mulgo Burloxen. Battle, let's fight. Okay, we've reached the Dwarven Citadel of Karaz-a-Karak. Actually, a really cool place. And here come the giants out of the reinforcements. We have to use them to take down these gates, get into the fortress. And just one more swing, and these giants have the walls down. They just can't get past these giants, man. Okay, we have just broken through the gates to let in all of our other ogres from over yonder, and if we can all just stop pushing past each other, we might be able to get into the fortress and break in the other giants. Come on, everyone, one by one, we'll get through somehow. Waiting so patiently over here. Oh, we've broken in this one somehow as well. Okay, well, let's get into the fortress and start capturing. I think the rest of this one is pretty easy. We vastly outnumber them. It's just a lot of victory points, so this is kind of a lot of walking around. Okay, we have captured the mountain. There it is. Arguably excessive force, but we have to make our way here just through the rest of these dwarven cliffs. We just have a couple more contracts to take out. It's just 3 more to go. And okay, much like I said, we have just created this giant conga line of ogres through the dwarven mountains. These dwarves are actually quite fearsome manlets. It is a spectacle to behold. Look, we can't even beat them in a pretty simple battle. We have to gang up on them because they are fearsome warriors. Of course. In other news, we have now achieved 476,000 gold because we just simply can't even replace our troops fast enough, and we have conquered about half of the entire world. And okay, we have just got the last contract, last defenders for fighting Karak-Kadrin. This is the last dwarven faction, and if we just turn in our contract, amazing. We have actually achieved the short victory, which is technically only the beginning, because even though we've conquered like half the world, this is, I know this might not look it, but this was actually like a 15-hour campaign, and you just saw like about 30 minutes of it. This was only just little snippets of the campaign. Although we achieved recruit rank +3, which is really nice because now we can just make much better armies. Overall though, Ogre's faction is really quite amazing and very fun to play, so I do recommend them. Shout out to a Creative Assembly and Sega. I really appreciate them sponsoring this video. I've loved Warhammer since I was a kid. This game really fulfills that sense of like being an adult and mashing action figures together and making noises with my mouth. And that is probably what I most enjoy about tabletop wargaming with my fellow adult man-child friends. Anyway, Omens of Destruction DLC available now. If this video did help you discover it, I would appreciate it if you guys click my link below. And if not, then Chaos Demons of Khorne, Slaanesh, Tzeentch, and Nurgle may descend upon you. Just kidding, of course. But no, really, click the link. Click the link right now. Anyway, as always, I'm Ambiguous Amphibian. A big thanks to my patrons, all of whom provide resources to help support the Emperor, fending off Chaos Demons from the warp in his throne. Until next time.